Hey everyone, I'm Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a yoga flow to work on grounding our energy. So through grounding, we're really reconnecting with the physical plane and allowing ourselves to be really present in the material world. In our lives, we need this balance of being able to, one, connect with something greater and tap into our intuition, but two, we also need to be able to connect and be present in the material world in which we live in. So through working on grounding, it's going to help us create this state of calm within, help us slow down and be really present in the here and now. So we're going to work to create this grounded type state from within through our yoga practice today. And with all that said, we will start our practice laying on our backs. Okay, so starting laying on your back, bend the knees with the feet planted on the floor. Allow the arms to be down at your sides, palms facing down. Tuck the shoulders under you and then just relax back down to keep the heart open. So just take a moment here connecting with your breath. As you inhale, allow the belly to fill with air. And as you exhale, allow it to fall back down. Inhale, belly fills with air. And exhale, let it fall. Inhale, expand the belly, fill it with air. And exhale, let it fall. Returning to your comfortable breath and just bringing your awareness to our intention of our practice today, to allow ourselves to feel grounded, to ground our energy, and to be really present in the here and now. Okay, so we're going to start with some bridges. So keep yourself where you are right now, continuing to keep the palms facing down. You're going to press through your heels, lift the hips up toward the sky, and then lower yourself back down. Okay? Press through the heels, lift the hips up into your bridge, squeezing through the glutes, and lower yourself back down. Lift up again, pressing through the heels. This time hold it here, so you're holding up in your bridge. Continue to breathe. Really ground into the heels. So feel the heels really sinking into the earth, supporting you here. Keeping the awareness through the lower body. One more breath here. And then lower yourself back down nice and slow. And then you're going to roll onto your side, make your way up to sitting, and then we're going to move to all fours, so on our hands and knees. Okay. Once you're on your hands and knees, you're going to bring your feet together, knees go out wide, sit your hips back, reach your hands forward, and then relax your head on the earth for child's pose. Breathe here, allowing your forehead to really sink into the earth. Really letting go, allowing the third eye region, that place between the brows, in the center of your forehead, to really relax on the earth, keeping you present here, allowing your mind to be here in the present moment. Just breathe into that. Really allowing yourself to melt down. Two more breaths here. And then you're going to walk your hands over to the left. So walking across the earth, walking the hands to the left. And then you're going to sit into the hips. Allow the forehead to relax back down. And you're going to feel this nice stretch along the right side of the body. So you're sinking the right hip back. Keeping the arms extended, forehead relaxes on the ground. Breathe here. then walk your way over to the other side. So walking across the ground with your hands. Hands walk all the way over to the right. Relax the forehead down. Sit back into the hips. So you're sitting back into the left hip. Forehead relaxes down. Breathe here. Feeling into that stretch along the left side of the body. As we keep the body still, low to the ground. Keep breathing here. And then walk the hands back to center. Take one breath here in a traditional child's pose, Balasana. And then come back up to all fours, so on your hands and knees. Check in with yourself. Make sure your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Drop the pelvis down, look up for cow. Breathing here, allowing the hands, the knees to sink down into the earth, connecting with this rooting sensation. And then tuck your toes underneath you, lift your hips up, send yourself back to your downward dog. Breathe here. So in your downward dog, take a nice deep bend in your knees. Really think about pressing the hips up to the sky. In the hands, pressing between the thumb and the index fingers, and allowing the heels to start to sink down toward the ground. Breathe. 3 breaths here. Slowly allowing the heels to maybe sink a little lower with each breath. And then from here, you're going to walk your feet up to meet your hands and roll yourself up to standing. Step your feet wide and face the side of your mat. So you're in a wide leg stance here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, diving forward into your wide leg forward fold, and breathe here. So in your forward fold, you want to have the hands on the ground if possible. So if you need to bend the knees to do this, go ahead and do that. If you can start to straighten the knees, go for that. You can get a little extra hamstring stretch in there. Just breathe here. You could always use blocks to lift the floor or the ground a little higher to you. So you could have a block under your hands if it's difficult to reach to the floor. So there's lots of options. Let go of any tension in the neck and try to shift your weight forward toward the ball of your feet, so right under your toes. And just breathe here. Again, just connecting with the sensation of the hands on the earth, of letting go, calming, allowing yourself to ground down, to be present in the here and now. 3 more breaths here. Last breath. From here, walk your hands over toward the leg that's facing the front of the mat. Pivot yourself and step yourself back into your downward dog. Take a breath here. Again, you can keep that deep bend in the knees, or you could start to straighten them a little bit if that feels good for you. Either way, really make sure that the hips are going up to the sky. And then step your feet forward. So your feet are going to step wide, so toward the outside edges of your hands, okay? So you step the feet forward, sink the hips down into Malasana Yogi Squat. So in this Yogi Squat, we're going to keep the spine straight and the hands on the ground this time instead of being in a traditional prayer hand position. So if the heels are floating up, that's fine, okay? If you have the mobility in your ankles, you're gonna let the heels sink down toward the ground. But if the ankles are tight and that's not happening, that's fine. Just think about allowing the heels to sink down toward the ground, okay? Either way, you're gonna place your hands in front of you so you're on your fingertips, keeping that spine straight. So we're not just hunching down, we're trying to find length in the spine, drawing the shoulder blades down and back, and just breathe here. Allowing the hips to relax down, trying to let go of any tension. Option to close the eyes. 3 breaths. Last breath. If the eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. Place the hands down on your mat. Step yourself back to your down dog. 2 breaths in down dog. Drop the knees down and lower yourself onto your stomach. From here, prop yourself up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, allow the lower body to stay relaxed. So the legs are relaxed, elbows are under your shoulders. Press through the elbows, draw your shoulders down and back, gaze is forward, breathe here. So keep that awareness on the elbows. So feeling into the weight of the elbows on the earth, pressing through. 3 breaths. Lower yourself back down. Place the hands under your shoulders. Press yourself back into a kneeling position. If kneeling is uncomfortable, you could always just sit in a cross-legged position as well. You could put blocks underneath your hips, your choice. Either way, go ahead and place your hands on the earth in front of you, keeping the spine straight. Close your eyes and just breathe here, breathing into the hands. So we're just gonna take a few breaths here. So on your inhale, imagine energy from the earth traveling up your arms. And as you exhale, imagine any energy or anything that's no longer serving you exiting through your hands into the earth. Inhale up the earth's energy. And exhale down what's no longer serving. Keep going like that, feeling into this transfer of energy between you and the earth. Take one more breath here. And then come back up into a seated position, either kneeling or sitting in a cross-legged position, easy pose. Place the hands on the thighs, palms facing down, eyes still closed, keeping the spine nice and tall, crown of the head going up to the sky, and just breathe here. Feeling into gravity, pulling you down toward the earth, allowing gravity to relax any muscles that don't need to be holding you up in this seated position. So maybe letting go through the sit bones a little bit, letting the muscles of the face relax, and just breathing here, taking a moment, allowing yourself to really ground down. There's so many ways we could work on grounding. Yoga is a nice way to use our bodies to get into this state. So moving our bodies in different positions, using different poses to create this state of grounding. So just taking this moment to feel into the effects you created through your practice. Take one more breath here. And then bring the hands into prayer at your heart. We'll seal our practice with one breath together. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Returning to your comfortable breath. Thank you for practicing with me here today. Namaste. Thank you guys for practicing here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button right below me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.